So it looks as though your car is snitching on you, and Big Brother Ford was awarded a patent to snitch to the cops when you're speeding. Now, your vehicle's collecting lots of data. We've talked about that before. But you and I both know it's not kept a secret. And if you're speeding or driving aggressively, your car is telling the police about your driving in real time. And your vehicle is collecting information about cars around you as well. So it's not just your vehicle. And it's uploading that data to the cloud. So not only are your driving habits being published to the cloud, but also offline cars in its proximity to you while you drive. And with cameras that are all over vehicles and police cars, they're collecting more than just license plate information. Ford has filed a new patent called, and quote, "the systems and methods for detecting speeding violations," that reveals that a company is looking for ways to automatically snitch on speeding drivers. Now, Ford's patent filing has some details in it using information like your cameras and sensors to detect speeding motorists and report them to the authorities. So it's not just you, it's everyone around you. Now, looking at the patent, it shows some basic sketches and flow charts that illustrate how this technology senses speed violations and activates the cameras to capture the images, and then transmits that data to a nearby pursuit vehicle or logs into a server to let them know. This is where using AI or computers, and that data will include speeding, GPS location, and a clear imagery or video that can be sent to the authorities, including your insurance agent. Now, Ford states that this is for police cars only, but it can be used on every vehicle, and this is coming soon to all cars. And we kind of know this is coming because all of this technology is also part of the kill switch bill, which we've discussed in previous videos. We have covered that next-gen AI traffic cameras before, where it can zoom in and see if you're on the phone, if you're using a seatbelt, or if you're violating anything like running a red light and things like that, such as distractions. This is being used today in the UK, and they're being installed across the United States with your tax dollars funding it, because it was part of the infrastructure bill, which we've discussed in the past, that passed in 2021. Now, companies can now use this technology to inform you while driving, hey, slow down, but it also can report it, like I've been saying. So car makers already have a habit of violating drivers' privacy. A New York Times reporter found that General Motors tricked millions of drivers into being spied on by tracking details, driving data, adjusting insurance rates accordingly, and this is supposed to cover for poor driving habits and help you be a better driver, but it's just increasing your insurance rates. In January of 2023, Ford filed a patent application for another new technology that would allow it to track the driver behavior behind the wheel and report the speeding violations to the police department. However, vehicles would have cameras that activate if they detect speeding vehicles nearby and capture that in high quality images, like I've said. Now, this information, besides license plates and looking at you, the driver, is collecting this all to your negative, never to your positive. Those images are tracked via GPS. And again, this AI thing that I keep talking about, they're using it against you. It is not for your own good. And it's extremely frustrating because we're paying for this in our tax dollars, we're paying for this in our insurance, and we're paying for it in our cars. Now, you may be saying to yourself, like many believe, that these cameras are violating drivers' privacy. It is. But it shouldn't come as a surprise that corporations and governments worldwide already have methods to spy on their citizens. Governments have been found to hack into private individuals' phones through software provided by corporations, and the NSA admits to purchasing Americans' sensitive data. Doesn't that make you happy? It doesn't. It frustrates me, and we need to stop this tracking. We are not the enemy of the state. Now, local law enforcement has always partnered with corporations to surveil the public by installing cameras to detect speeding and running red lights. Now, these cameras have come under fire for their questionable legality and efficiency, spurring some states to ban them completely. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill to ban red light cameras in 2019, 2 years after KXAN-NBC in Austin, Texas, reported that almost all cities with red light cameras had illegally issued traffic tickets. Their investigation also found that drivers paid the city of Austin over $7 million in fines since the cameras were installed. And cities in Texas made over $500 million from cameras since 2007. This is the real reason cities want this technology, and it's a money grab. For now, Ford's new camera idea remains a patent application, so it's not certain whether we'll see the snitching for you going on 5 miles an hour over the speed limit, or if we're going to see it at all. But no shocker, it's most likely already in your vehicle. And when it does become a reality, we'll probably see all vehicles snitching on you for no reason whatsoever. And after all, red light cameras are faulty. Why won't Ford or other brands' cameras be just as well? Now, General Motors has been sued by the state of Texas, which is accused of automaker of installing technology on more than 14 million vehicles to collect this data for drivers, which is then sold to insurance companies, like I've said, and also this is against your consent. So Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton stated that a lawsuit arose and a probe that issued in June of this past year into whether several automakers collected and sold mass amounts of data without your knowledge. Now, Paxton said that GM's data were used to compile driver scores, assessing whether more than 1.8 million Texas drivers had bad habits, such as speeding, braking too fast, steering sharply into corners, and not using seatbelts, and driving late at night. I'm not sure how that makes a difference, but insurers could then use that data when decided whether to raise your premiums, cancel your policy, or deny you coverage, which has happened per Ken Paxton. The technology was allegedly installed in most GM vehicles starting all the way back to 2015. That's 10 model years old already. And Paxton said that GM's practice was for dealers to subject unwitting consumers who had completed the stressful buying and leasing process into believing that they enrolled into systems such as OnStar diagnostic products, which collected the data, was mandatory, which it is not. And you can opt out of it, but I can't guarantee that they actually stop tracking you. Companies are using invasive technology to violate the rights of our citizens in unthinkable ways, Paxton said in a statement. Our investigation revealed that General Motors has engaged in egregious business practices that violate Texans' privacy and broke the law. We will hold them accountable. GM said in a statement, "We've been in discussions with the Attorney General's office and are reviewing the complaint. We share the desire to protect consumer privacy." The state of Texas said that it seeks the destruction of improperly collected data, compensation for drivers, which I like, civil fines, and other remedies for violations of the Texas Deception Trade Practices Act. That means you would actually get some money, and I like that. So what can you do? How do you opt out? Well, you can opt out of all the tracking on your phone and on your vehicle. We just can't be 100% sure that it actually stops the tracking and not sharing your data, and it's penalizing you, and there's really no way to be 100% sure that you're opting out. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. If you have any questions or comments, I'll be more than happy to answer. You can support me by buying me a cup of coffee. The link is in the description, plus all the links for our website, social media, my book, and our podcast. I'm Lauren Fix. Thank you so much for watching.